All right, our first of 2 summer banners. I didn't see a lot of things coming. Also, I could have never guessed the dual hero. Is it even right to call them a dual hero? This is the most different dual hero by far this far.
I mean, in a technical stance, no, it's not a duo hero at all.
Because it doesn't use a dual skill. So it's a harmonized hero?
Yeah, it's either harmonized or, as the data calls it, twin world. But like, it could be a harmonized skill on a twin world unit, but it also might just be a harmonized unit. I don't know.
I mean, I do kind of like the idea they were going for, right? To put... I mean, this is the entire point of Fire Emblem Heroes. They've never really explored this, but like, we have all these heroes from different worlds come together. The story itself does such a bad job with it, right? They're not writing anything particular. Like, you know, Marth meets Mass Marth, they have a discussion. Like, they don't do stuff like that. The game itself doesn't, like, limit its interactions with them, with how the dual heroes thus far have been all from the same games and whatnot.
Yeah.
So this is
like how duos are going to continue to be.
Yeah, so this is the first time where they're actually like exploring the possibility of cross-world things. So I do like that from that perspective. It's just, why did you pick these 2?
Couple of sword infantries.
Tempest Trials.
Yeah, a couple of sword infantries, and Mia has been on 2 Tempest Trials with Mask Marth.
Come on, that's such a small thing to go off of.
It is.
Within the setting, it makes more sense than anything else.
I mean, if you try hard enough, anything will make sense. I'm just saying there are much better heroes to go for it. Because, again, if we're going to talk about the Tempest Trial setting, it's very clear that Mass Marth came towards them as like, I'm Marth, I'm a guy, I am the Hero King, I need your help. And now we clearly say, see, hey, you are in fact not a guy, so therefore you can't be Marth. That's immediately what strikes me as weird, making them the summer heroes.
I mean, they'll probably figure out. There's probably an explanation for that, but it is still very weird in concept.
Yeah, there is probably an explanation from that, but like, of all the Tempest Trials stories thus far, Mass Marth has never revealed, you know, their gender.
Yeah, not once.
So this is just weird. Anyways, I do like the idea of trying something new, trying something different, and harmonized skills seem pretty good. Which, by the way, does that mean... do we know if there are any restrictions to harmonized skills?
As far as movement?
Like,
what?
where you can use it?
Probably is going to follow the same stipulation.
Same stipulation as what?
Skills, probably the same stipulation there.
Because the dual towers shouldn't work here then. Because it's not a dual skill.
We'll see.
They might have separate structures for them, or they might not even...
Separate structures?
Ooh.
I really hope they don't do separate structures for them. That
I don't
would-
want to invest in 2 structures.
I doubt they'll even have an indulgence for these particular units, but they almost certainly will not use the duo structure.
I'm also thinking harmonized skills will probably not even be necessary for that, because they seem all to have like multiple countdowns. I mean, this is the first one, but I'm willing to bet they all have multiple countdowns. Like, you can use them multiple times.
Yeah, it's kind of like Paula gave us a taste test of that, and then this would be what they actually executed as.
Alright, anyways, let's go over our first hero. Also, what were your guesses for the silhouettes?
I actually guessed Mia for one of them, and then I was like, Ira? Because I know they were both going to be swords.
For me, I saw one sword, and I was thinking, I really want Lucina to Summer Lucina to be a thing. I kept saying that, but I definitely did not see anything remotely that said Lucina to me. Like, even the body itself. And Mia, I would have never guessed Mia would get a... Again, I don't... How does Mia end up here? It's just like... Anyone who's played Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, you probably have a soft spot for Mia, but like, you wouldn't put her that high up there, would you? That's just a surprising part.
Well, she was top 20 in CYL.
Yes, she is.
Top 20 in CYL for every year, too.
Sure. But like, top 20 doesn't mean much, because you could have 1,000 votes and end up in top 20.
Actually, you need like 5,000 or so.
You sure?
It's actually... Let me double check where Mia placed last year, actually. But... Choose your legends round
Because
4.
the top 20, the top 10 is where it starts getting serious, but by the rest of the top 20, it's actually such a
5,000
far away.
votes.
Because like number 1 was like what, 30k votes?
No. Top 1 was 74k votes.
74.6. Yep.
For who?
Edelgard.
Oh wait, no. Okay, the most recent one's a bit different.
Mia this year was 5,031 votes in 36th place. Actually.
Overall.
All right.
Yeah,
No, but I'm
36th overall.
I'm just saying, you find okay, whatever. The point still stands. You go into top 20. The difference between top 5 to top 20, it's not even close.
Oh no, definitely. By the time you get past Violet, it goes down by almost another 10,000, and Violet is 7th.
Right. So that was the point. Like, it's not even close. So that's why I'm just so surprised of all the heroes you go for.
I mean, we have so many Camilla alts. Getting 2 alts for 1 unit isn't exactly that far out of the scope.
Oh.
You guys are more surprised about another
Is
Lucina
that the
alt, but
legendary
whatever.
pantsless Marth Kappa?
Reminder that the
Pantless
last
ones.
alt for Lucina we got was 2 years ago-ish.
Legendary Lucina, yeah.
Yep.
So it's not exactly as though it was like spam or anything. It's just
Yeah, and the only seasonal alt that Lucina ever got was Spring.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, fine. Let's go over the banner. This is such a simple banner. It's just like.
Oh, it's a very straightforward banner. There's not exactly a whole lot to hide here, which I don't mind.
There's not a whole lot to hide, you say, as the they literally don't even hide the banner and it comes out early.
12 hours early at that.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, the supposition here is that they just AM instead of PM. When they put
That's
Maybe,
a hell of
I
a
guess.
mistake.
it is. Well, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's like, oops.
It adds credence that Intern-kun is real because that is how do you make a mistake like that?
I
Come
mean, you
on.
can make a mistake like that. That's not a hard mistake to make. It's just the fact that of how much it does.
Yeah, and then there's also the fact that this is the 3rd year in a row where the first summer banner got leaked.
Yeah, I don't even know how that's a trend at this point.
Okay, well
It's
then
funny.
it's pretty clearly it's either on purpose. I don't even know how this is possible. It doesn't seem possible
either.
to make a same mistake 3 times.
Well, different mistakes that lead to the same result.
Okay, well sure. Anyways, this Selena is very, very simple. Immediately she's good because she has attack speed push 4. She introduces speed res snag. Drawback is whatever you would probably put on her anyways. And her weapon sets the standard for all the weapons going forward in this banner. And that's actually a crazy good weapon actually. Exotic fruit juice, attack plus 3, speed res -6 on foes in 2 spaces during combat. Holy, that's better than like some refined straight up.
Yeah. It's a very concise, basically like having attack speed plus 6 at all times.
That's better than the special effect that Olwen got, for example.
Well, then she has Blade Tome on top of that.
Okay,
Right.
but fine, let's go with Gordon or something. You know, like or Tharja. Again, that's Blade Tome, I get it. But like I'm just saying, in terms of the ability by itself, this is better. Like these are 2 stats and it's to 6. And it's within 2 spaces. Whereas with Tharja and Gordon's 4 stats. 2 stats.
I mean-
two you get it.
I mean, Curios is also 6.
Yeah, I was about to say this is most comparable to Kyria.
Right.
Attack res -6.
No, I was
instead.
saying as I was saying earlier, it's already better than some refined is what I meant.
Yeah, as far as the inflict penalty, it's technically better than Ashnard's, but then Ashnard has Iodes, and he's free.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just attack plus 3, res -6, but that's huge. That's essentially what 22 attack equivalent.
25.
That is
Wait, 25.
23.
23
Ooh,
Might Tome.
Wait. 17 plus 6, yeah, 23.
Yeah, 23. Okay, that is a lot of attack.
Yeah. Hence why she's doing 40 damage already.
For
Just
reference,
neutral.
the only weapon with more attack just built into it, just for basically existing or fulfilling a very easy condition, is Emir.
Oh yeah, but
Amir is effectively 25. It's
Yeah.
the same as Spell Breath on Tuma.
and I would
is 25 though.
hope so because Amir is supposed to be a legendary weapon, and this is a stupid coconut. Yeah, it'd be bad.
Coconut isn't beating the gods,
Yeah,
but it came close. If you could just throw that coconut and have it be a physical weapon, or if you could just smash that coconut into somebody's face, then it would be the same might as Amir.
either way, it's
Oh god, that's disturbing.
it is disturbing. Either way, that's such a great weapon, and with attack speed push, it synergizes pretty damn well. She should double just about anything. That is a total of 13 speed just from those two things alone.
Yeah,
And likely she'll have 40 speed. Maybe just under 40 speed.
I've done some predictions actually. I've been working on these stats for a while.
Oh, okay.
So, this is a Green Tome Infantry with buoy board, which means that they have no buffs going into this combat, unless Selena were debuffed, which we assume she's not. So, Selena, as we know, has 36 HP. If we go off the average Green Mage, that's about 35 attack in order to achieve this damage. And then, of course, it could be more, it could be less, but let's say like 36 even. But in order to take only 5 damage here from Green Tome, assuming neutral matchup, it would be about 29 res to achieve this. And then in order to use the rest of what would be 151 BST, she would have to have around 35 speed if she wants to have 16 defense, vice versa. So basically, Selena, my prediction, 36 HP, 35 attack, 35 speed, 16 defense, and 29 res, where the HP and attack are the most, well, HP, attack, and res are the most discernible.
I think it'll be higher than 35 speed. Just because of the
She
reason.
would have to have less res, or Lucius levels of defense.
Right.
I can see it being 35 speed, mostly because with everything in her kit active, including the snag, she still reaches 54 at base.
Well, against a penalized opponent, you can make that much higher, but yes.
No, I see
Like
it
I
being,
said, with everything just in her own kit active.
I see it being over 35 because there'll just be too many different summers where they had 35 or heroes very close to 35. It just wouldn't make sense.
It would be like, it can't be much higher unless the Scream Mage has terrible attack.
Yeah, it can't be much
already
higher, but
29 res.
I do think it's higher. It just doesn't.
Or
Because at a
it
certain
could be
point.
36-35 even. 36-35 with 28 res is totally possible.
Okay, well,
It's just there's some very small variance here.
the point I was trying to make is like she doesn't have anything to utilize the speed, so it wouldn't surprise me if they just jacked up the speed and dropped something else.
It wouldn't also not surprise me if they just jack up her attack and focus on the one shot with side push and speed.
All right.
You
Well, we'll see. For me personally, I think anywhere from 38 to 40 speed seems right to me. But
Though she would have to have like bad res, which makes no sense if she's taking 5 damage.
well, we'll see. We'll see. That's just what it tells me because every year they've been taking steps in stats, and this would just match last year's Dagger heroes or last year's heroes in general. It was
They don't always step up much. Lynn's offenses are very similar to Ursula and company. Ursula and Gunthra have very similar offenses to Lind. It's just that they have better bulk. So it wouldn't be surprising to see the same.
so you expect them to do the same thing twice. I don't.
I expect. Well, actually, none of the dagger caps had 35.
No, they were close to it. I'm saying they're gonna take a step up, not like match it.
I don't agree, but I also think that there is the chance, at least for attack core speed, to be like a point higher.
Okay, well, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never heard of such a weak weapon? It sounds weak, but it's not weak.
It's not.
This is
This is just.
really strong.
If unit exists, 23 attack and 6 speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's support.
All right. Now, with that said, speed res snag. This is a big thing to introduce to the game. From what I understand, it's actually like within 4 spaces of both unit and target. Speed res -6 so long as you use a movement skill. But on nearest foes. The biggest thing is it catches multiple heroes.
It can.
It can.
Depends
as long
on
as they're equidistant.
Right. So it's kind of like Hikami, or I guess more recently it would be like Mirabilis' dance skill, in that it can be used on both units.
Hold on, then wouldn't it just be on the nearest foe, not nearest foes?
Foe, it would be foe parentheses S. If there's more than one foe nearby, like if two foes are 2 spaces away, they'll get hit. But if there's a foe 2 spaces away and then one space away, it would be the 1 space away only.
Are you
Another one
sure
to
about that? The
Well,
wording.
that's why it says nearest. And it's the same wording as Mirabilis' assist. It's the same wording as Hikami or Frost Breath.
Okay.
Another thing to consider with this is that it's going to target the nearest foe from each unit, like the one using the assist and the one receiving the assist.
So more likely
Yeah.
than not, 2 units are going to get hit, especially depending on their layout.
I finally reached 3 months subbed.
Cool.
Welcome back, Fate Shiro, with 33 months. Yes, you've reached
Wow.
3 months. 11 times. Thank you.
Happy 11th 3-month anniversary.
Yes. 11 3 months anniversary. Yes. Right way to say it.
That just sounds stupid when you say it like that.
But wouldn't Ruses be better then, if that's the case?
Ruse has the guard effect, but it also only works in... This can work up to 3 spaces diag. Not to mention, Ruse only hits in those columns. You can hit multiple units just anywhere within the range of both units. And it's a bigger debuff.
By 1 point for each stat, but yeah, the ruse skills, they're restricted to rallies. This,
Oh yeah,
you can
that too.
smite somebody in.
Yeah, ruses are for rallies, and then this is the equivalent of Link, if you want to look at it that way.
Alright, fair enough. Again, I really value guard. This is the reason why that I
I
mentioned
think
that.
ruses are fantastic. I think they're... If you had the option, especially considering scoring, I'd take a ruse. But this does offer some pretty interesting options, like Hikami effects go.
If you can debuff like the entire team, is where I thought this was going to be like
You could,
game
theoretically.
changing.
Yeah,
If you
they're
have the
all
right setup.
equidistant.
If they're all equal distance, but that's not going to happen. Realistically, you'll catch 1 hero. Or 2.
No, you might actually be able to catch 3, depending.
Okay,
3 or
but not
4.
the entire team. Like that's
No,
why
you're
I
not
thought
gonna
this
catch
was.
the entire team. No.
Then they should have really said on nearest foe within, and then
Foe,
just
but it
wrote,
can be multiple.
huh?
Foe or foes.
No, I was going to say. Then you can write in brackets if foe is within, if multiple foes within same space, you know, they are debuffed as well, or something like that. It could have been pretty well explained.
Well, Mirabilis had the exact same effect, so I'm not sure. Because, let me just read. Whimsical Dream. Grants another action to target ally, grants attack +5 to target blah blah blah. Inflicts attacks -5 on nearest foes within 4 spaces of target ally and any foe within 2 spaces blah blah blah. It's the
Yeah.
exact same wording.
If you're just going to go off the nearest thing, then yeah, sure, because they use the word nearest.
Well, nearest foes. Same 2 words there.
Yeah,
You're getting a little bit caught up on this one, Nims.
I'm just saying, like, come on, there is a better way of wording this to make it extremely clear.
You literally just put a parentheses around the S if you wanted to make it better.
Well, yeah,
But
it would really
reasonably-
just be that easy.
It is nearest, and 3 spaces versus 2 spaces. 2 is nearest. Otherwise, it would just be inflict speed rest -6 on foes within 4 spaces, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that would be a little bit too powerful, considering the closest comparison to what already exists that I can think of for this is Mordecai's weapon.
Yeah.
Mordecai, you just get, all right, 2 spaces from Mordecai and whoever he smites or whatever the case, no questions asked, they get hit with a debuff. With this, you have a greater potential range, but it's more restrictive on who it can hit.
Yeah, so you don't have to, like, smite into the enemy formation debuff. You can just do a shove, get yourself right on the cusp of range, or just like at the very first tile that is near enemy, inflict the penalties on the person you're tanking, and go from there, instead of having to throw yourself into the pit and risk everything. Not to mention you can synergize this with a Link, or potentially another snag to have better synergies there.
Well, that's just disappointing.
It'd be
obviously.
broken otherwise.
Well, it's not a step up in, just another kind of direction to go with it. Go with the skill.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a side grade of sort of Link. A very solid side grade, but it's not like the be all end all.
Considering lull skills, I might prefer snags over links.
Wait, what? Considering lull skill?
Because you can't get buffed if there's a lull attack defense, for example, and you use attack defense Link. You can't stop penalties. You need like restore or whatnot.
Okay. Well, it's not as alright, sure. I just feel like, well, as much as like Mordecai, as much as we valued like Mordecai, for example, I've like almost never seen a Mordecai used. I mean, I saw like
because
one
Smite
time.
bot, because people don't have dedicated Smite bots. They have auxiliary air doing Smite on top of just being a unit.
Right. Okay. But my entire point was just like, yeah, it's a really good skill, but people weren't going to utilize it anyways. They didn't want to give up the slot for it. So yeah, let's see if people will give up the slot for speed res snag. I mean, I expect some people to do it, but I'm not sure it'll actually be like that prevalent.
Yeah, probably not extremely prevalent, but I expect to see it at least a little bit. Especially since there are linked weapons.
Especially in this case though, with Selena, I just expect this to be dropped, because as good as it is, Selena is such a powerful unit with attack speed push, even pushing you into like desperation. She would just wipe the floor of most heroes.
Until she gets herself half push, but yeah, in that 3 range.
I mean, within 75 and
Something like
25,
noontime
it's
comes in.
decent gap.
Yeah, within that range, I'd say Desperation's. Though you don't have a bad option here. The main thing, I guess, is that you could do this with attack speed link, for example. Attack speed link weapons with speed res snag to effectively have a 12 attack speed swing. Like if you did it with Odin's weapon or May's weapon.
I think that might be worthwhile against mages, but anything physical, it wouldn't work out for her.
Perhaps.
Well, yeah, we don't know for sure yet, but I think that will be the case. Okay. Anyways, it'll really depend on her stats. Problem is, it's just like, it's not that exciting because it's just more attack, more speed.
I mean, what more could a mage cav need?
Sure, you could say that, but come on, it's year 3. We've gotten tons of heroes with more attack, more speed. This might just be another step higher, but still.
Well, it's not like we get a lot of mage, so gotta even the ground.
As for Joshua, Corbo plus shove, attack speed link 3, and fortify defense 4. I almost thought this was going to be the demoted hero because it's a guy, and Corbo is, well, it's really good. It's really good, but the same thing with Lute's weapon. It's really good. So I'm actually surprised they went with the guy demote over the girl demote. Granted, it is fortify defense 4, and that would have been a really easy access to it, but that's about it.
If that demoted, that'd be broke. Arena would just, like, everybody who wanted to build for Arena would just take that, and take that, and take that. So I'm kind of glad that didn't demote, and that it will never demote. But, yeah, I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. But he's pretty concise as a unit. Nothing too fancy, but pretty nice.
I mean, you put Joshua in the game, and I'll just say I hope people use him. How about that?
I think people will definitely use him. There are a lot of Joshua fans out there.
Because he's pretty good fodder. Corbo with an easy 4-5 defense 4 to take along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roughly the equivalent of Midori. as far as valuable fodder, you got one of the best bow options here, and you got a 300 SP skill. It's not as concise as Close Foil and Spendthrift, but still just as valuable for a score. Oh boy.
All right. Well, there's really nothing to talk about here. This bow is crazy good. I think it officially kills Brada Luis's bow.
As long as you can get it.
As long as you can get it, of course. But I'm just saying, if you're committed to a hero, an archer hero with for offensive reasons, Coral Bow is now the best bow.
Yes, as long as you're doubling it.
As long as you're doubling?
Like, if you're going for a double build, otherwise Spendthrift for the shots or the blade checks would just be better.
No. Yeah, I'm saying that. Of course. As I said, offensive builds, because Spendthrift is actually like such a balanced build. This is much more offensive though.
Yeah. Like if you're going... if you're doing anything, just attack speed, Coral Bow is better. Realistically.
It's to guarantee a double essentially. And because it works on both phases, that's the crazy part.
And it's supportive, so you can use it in comps.
Yep. It actually blows my mind how good Coral Bow is, and now it's an inheritable weapon. I already thought like desperation weapons were already kind of busted, but I did say like every single year the summer banners kind of just surprise us with what they do.
I mean, previous summer banners, the desperation weapon was best. The other ones have all been kind of meh. This year they just kind of turned up the heat. Hardcore.
Well, not that hardcore because it's the weapons are great, but everything else is.
Well, yeah, as far as the weapons go, I mean.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is Ashnard's... They get an equivalent to Ashnard's Gurgurant's effect on an inheritable. Which is really good.
Anyways, in this case, though, Joshua, he needs great stats. Otherwise, this is not going to go well. He's also a red archer, which is kind of awkward for people.
Well, I did some numbers. He's a little harder to predict, unfortunately. So, right out the gate, Joshua looks to have about 36 attack, at least 34 speed, and 27 defense, roughly. So, using base Joshua as a reference, very balanced tank at like 31 defense res, I came out to the conclusion he might be 40 HP, 36 attack, 38 speed, 27 defense, and 26 res for 107 VST. Subject to change.
Oh, okay. You said 157, right?
67.
67, yeah. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, I hope he's 167, reach Norn's levels.
I would hope so. Penalty? Ugh. He could be higher in res. He could be slower. That's about all that I can say, though. The rest is like within plus or minus 1.
Well,
reasonably.
I wish him the best of luck, because if you do decide to build Joshua, you basically just keep the bow and everything else you gotta provide yourself.
You could keep the Fortify.
Maybe keep Fortify, but like if you really want to make him offensive, you're gonna drop Fortify.
I mean, the main thing is that compared to Ana, it's to actually having a stat. A good one. And then is a better balanced tank, whereas Ana is res tank. So if you're looking for, at least from a layman's perspective, a more balanced version of Ana, then you're probably going to go with Joshua. That's what I'm seeing here.
Alright, well, I hope it works out. Because Anna's, what, among the fastest... No, she is the fastest archer.
She is the fastest archer. Joshua might not... He probably won't compete with that, but it'll be more balanced and then he'll have better attack.
Alright. Anyways,
as another note about Coral Bow, the only inheritable bow with more power behind it is Spendthrift Bow.
Yes,
as far as
we said that.
Yeah, as far as attack swing goes, it would be Spendthrift. But I think this is the fastest bow that gives the best speed of all weapons.
Yep, which means potentially this is better offensively.
Yeah. Yep. Like, even on Ana herself, this would probably just be a better option.
Yeah, because this is basically a 17 might inheritable bow that also gives you 5 extra speed, just because.
Yeah, so if you speed refine it, that's 17 might on a 7 speed. That's really good.
And moreover, because it's used in both phases, that's the crazy thing for me. I thought Swiss Barrel in the bow was already really, really good, but this is both phases and even more stats.
Oh no, it's insane. It's harder to get because let's not forget he's a red, which means you have to go through the red pool. But you get it, and go to the ranges. Honestly, he's gonna do so much for you, either as fodder or as just buffing up your offensive units.
Though to be honest, you don't have to get him now because the double special heroes banners, with it now answered with what happens with hero. Oh, actually, he's not the demo. I keep thinking he's a demo because he's a guy, but
No,
he'll be back at a higher availability in the future. 1 in 2 chance.
He's not the demote, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him sharing with either Marth or Sita.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that would be
Marth or Sita.
crazy good.
that's 2 seasonal banners apart.
Fair
could-
enough.
Well, they don't, well, no, it's within 2. It's within 2 seasonal banners. They don't necessarily have to be like banners right by each other.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could
'cause
be
you've
shared
got
with a
Zephiel
Boro, though.
sharing with Conrad right now, for example.
Right.
Yeah, within 2.
It could
That's
be-
that's reasonable. Yeah.
It could be a Boro sharing with him is the main thing.
Yeah.
Either way, the point is like if you wait, it'll probably be better. So unless you really need the bow now, I'd wait.
Yeah, if you're actually going for the fodder, if you're going for I'd wait.
Granted, it's like a 6-month wait, roughly.
I know, but at this
it's
point with
gonna
special
be-
heroes, I really think you should just be waiting. These double special heroes banners have been insane.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely nuts.
Like if you can afford to wait, you're getting so much better value with your orbs. All right. Anyways, quick interlude. Okay. As for Lute, I am absolutely surprised.
Oh, I forgot about the spring banner.
Absolutely surprised. She's the 4-star demo. I couldn't
I
believe
am
it.
100% surprised. I looked at her just before I knew that, and I knew what the demote was, and I just went on to thought it was Luke. I actually did think it was Joshua.
Yeah, I absolutely thought it was Joshua, and it's not like Joshua's kit was too crazy. I mean, fortified defense is really, really good, but like, Lute is a pretty big fan favorite, and she's a cute girl, and I don't know, most people who played Sacred Stones really value her, so.
Mm-hmm.
This kit, though, pissed me off, because Seal Speed Res 2, like, did you really have to introduce that? Who the heck thought this was necessary?
I mean, smokes don't affect the target.
Oh, come on. You could run anything else and find much more value.
Yeah.
Ideally, guys, you fight the enemy hero and then you kill them, so you don't even care about debuffing it.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, sure, I guess in the higher ends of like hero battles or whatnot, there are multiple. You might fight them multiple times and whatnot, but like generally speaking, though, your engagement, that should be it. And even if it isn't it, they've taken so much damage that your next hit kills them regardless of debuffs.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, of course there
Generally.
are cases,
Right.
but like, will you really put this on another hero just for those oddball cases? Like, probably not.
No. Though it is nice to at least see it, you know.
No,
Get
it's
him
not. I wish they just put something else here, like anything.
I like to see skill trees get finished out after.
Oh,
Years.
no.
Let's
You
not
realize
forget
with this
Seth introduced
combination,
the first dual seal.
Legion, with the combination, because is this not our first dual seal?
Not even close.
Wait, not even close. How many dual seals have we had so far?
Most. In fact, I think this is the last one.
Wait, really? I don't
Yeah.
remember a single other dual seal. for some
Seth
reason.
introduced seal attack defense, if I remember correctly, back in year 1. And I know Ares.
No,
has
from
one.
from special heroes. I meant
Oh,
like
from special heroes? Oh, there's probably at least 1 or 2 others.
from special
I
heroes, because I know like dual seals have been a thing. I mean,
can
just mean like if you're gonna make us like pull for a special hero, like goddamn, please don't.
I mean, at least it's a 4-star demote, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Not much is lost on that.
Well, I think it's
Remember-
because she's a 4-star demote that they even gave this to her.
Let's not forget that Vanguard Ike has a seal. Legendary Ike has seal attack defense.
Wait, Legendary Ike?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but that's again, that's different. He was also. Wait, is it different? No, it's not quite different. All right, never mind. Fine. That's a legit one. But like I want it's 2020. Enough of this stuff. No one uses it. I'm not aware of anyone who uses seal skills.
If I were to use it, it'd be on a unit I'm using to chip, mostly. It could happen.
If.
Yeah.
It's a very big if, but alright, fine. My entire point is that's just a waste of skill. I would have preferred to see, like, if he just gave me chill res or something, I would have been pretty decently happy with it. Because at least you would use it properly. Because realistically, this loot should just be blowing through enemies in the same battle.
Yeah, honestly. I don't mind. Well, it means more flexibility, being able to throw that out immediately, but yeah, let's be honest. Even if I like seeing new skills, we're all throwing this out.
Yeah. Ideally, of course, instantly, Desperation will work really well on her. If it's a loot archetype that we expect, it's going to be low defense, so...
Abysmally low.
Yeah.
Most likely.
As for the rest of it, I'm glad Speed Tactic is coming back in. Like, they've been really pushing Speed Tactic out now. Now we have, like, what, 4 heroes? 5? Speed Tactic?
We have
Ilger, Air, Lute, maybe one more?
Legendary Lyn.
Yeah.
Original Ilker. Soiree Nefni. Middle Sister Katria, and Air.
Yeah, so it is 5. But I'm glad, because Speed Tactic for some reason was the hardest tactic to get for a long time.
It's the best one.
Oh, I would argue Attack Tactic was definitely the best one, and it was like even demoted.
Oh, Attack Tactic is amazing, but I'd say that there's a lot of compositions that appreciated both.
Okay. Fair enough. But I'm just saying, like, I'm glad Speed Tactic. This is a very easy entrance way to Speed Tactic, because even if they've been putting out more heroes, a lot of those heroes are hard to get.
The only one that's summonable, there are no ones that are summonable 4 stars. This is probably the first one you could summon at 4 stars. Air is the only other one available in the free, but she's a Grail unit.
Okay, right. Alright, with that said though, this is another hero, it's all about the weapon, and speed res -5 on foes within 2 spaces during combat. Very small, very sweet, you can refine it. Automatically, automatically the best tome for tons of mages. This is like, for me, on the equivalence of like Roar Fox or something, a Fox tome.
Oh, easily.
Like a more offensive Fox tome, essentially.
Yeah, which is why I'm surprised we haven't seen the other Fox tomes yet. But this is definitely Blarblade, the best offensive tome, I think.
Mm-hmm. And again, Blade tomes take setup, so it's not quite the same. So we're not saying Blade tomes are automatically better, but yeah.
Not to mention
I was gonna say Go ahead.
I was gonna say, conversely to Joshua's weapon being a harder version offensive bow than Louise's, this is easier to get than Pent's Vessel of Cheer, which is also Swift Sparrow. So if you had a blue tome using Vessel of Cheer, you can get a much more reasonably accessible and better option.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sad.
Because unlike Vessel of Cheer, this works on both phases.
And it's more buffs, effectively.
Yeah. Well, no.
Well,
it's just
attack speed
res.
plus 4. It's attack speed plus 4 versus what is effectively attack speed plus 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were referring to more stats. Another note about Lute is that she is the first merge-friendly, or the first blue tome flyer that is merge-friendly for free-to-play players. Ugh.
Oh, that's a good pointer. Yeah.
The only tome flyers in the free-to-play pool, as I recall, are Ursa and Lute now, right?
Right. That's it. That's that. Yeah, you're right. That is it. Okay, that's actually such a huge thing. I guess if you ever wanted a flying tome mage and an easy one to max out, it would be Lute, but it still depends on her IVs.
Well, but then again, like as far as super boons and super banes, or as far as what IVs you summon, because you could just merge a +1.
Well, I'm just gonna say I don't know if it depends on her stats, because if she's nothing impressive, I'm not sure people would even go that far.
Well, it's Lute, as you mentioned, so
Yeah,
she's
I
probably
mean,
gonna have a higher.
if it's a fan, that's a different matter. But I'm saying for like other people out that are just trying to make a good Fire Emblem unit, for example.
Yeah, if you're gonna make a good, I'll be honest here, she's probably gonna be one of the best options.
Probably, yeah.
I'm trying with her stats. It's kind of odd because it feels like it's just a Selena too, but going off Lute, she has very low HP defense, pretty good res, very high, substantially high attack, and bad speed, relatively mediocre speed. Because, a weapon gives speed +3 to put her up to 35. So, she has 37 HP. Roughly, she has to have around 35 attack. That's all I know.
Okay.
So, my guesses are that she'll have 37 HP, 35-ish attack, maybe 36 again, around 34 speed, 17 defense, and 32 res for 155. That's my guess.
All right.
So if you want, she'll be pretty good offensively, but the main thing is she'll be a very good tank. Potentially.
Yeah. I expect it, just like basically archetype, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it all depends on her stats because these skills outside her home, chances are you're gonna replace them.
Especially if you go Fireball.